Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
Thank you, old boy. Lead the way.
It's time to bring in the holiday spirit of Halloween with your fingers a-snappin' as we finally, at least me, goes back to the theaters to see the first CGI film from MGM, and that of course is the Addams Family, based on one of the most iconic television and film families of all time, the Addamses, of course. And this film features a wide cast of fantastic actors doing the voices of the legendary family, including Oscar Isaac, Charlize Theron, Chloe Grace Moretz, Finn Wolfhard, Bette Midler, Nick Kroll, and this movie also stars Allison Janney as the antagonist. So the movie begins with the wedding of Gomez and Morticia Addams, and they are driven out by the normal folk of their village, and then they locate in a new place where they can be secluded and raise their family in the best possible way that the Addamses can. And throughout the film, they find out that people in their location actually now know that they exist, and they are now being looked at as people who probably don't belong, especially from a real estate reality show star named Margot, who is voiced by Allison Janney, who definitely wants them out, otherwise she is not gonna look good for her ratings. Was I expecting an extremely fantastic film from this new animated film? Not at all. I have always been someone who enjoyed the Addams Family. I have seen the Addams Family in its many incarnations, and sometimes I have liked them, and sometimes I haven't. I honestly am not the biggest fan of the Barry Sonnenfeld films, even though I think that Christina Ricci is one of the greatest incarnations of Wednesday, and I love Raul Julia as Gomez. But I did have a real soft spot for the 1990s animated series, and I did even see a couple of episodes from the Hanna-Barbera series in the 1970s. And I was expecting everything that makes the Addams Family the legend that they are, including that amazing and iconic theme song, which is probably in many television fans' top 10 theme songs of all time. I was just expecting it to be Addams Family, and that's exactly what it was. It was a fun, entertaining movie with great chemistry between the characters, and I just walked out of that theater feeling satisfied. I was actually very impressed with some of the things that I saw in this movie, particularly the humor. I loved the jokes. They were all on point. I found myself really laughing throughout the film from beginning to end. I also was very impressed with the fact that they kept some of the gruesome and grotesque moments that makes the Addams Family who they are in the world of popular culture within a family film that is usually just geared toward children. But there is definitely a lot of stuff that adults can enjoy, especially people who have been fans of this iconic series. I also really liked the score from the Dana brothers. Jeff Dana, of course, is the person who did the soundtrack for the Boondock Saints, so to actually see him being a part of an animated feature film was a great thing to see. I also thought that the CGI was okay, but you know what? That really wasn't the reason why I wanted to see it. I just wanted to have a good time in the theater, especially with Halloween right around the corner. But at the end of the day, the plot itself was just your typical generic plot. The whole story about the Addamses just trying to belong and just be themselves, although the social commentary that is hidden throughout this film is definitely well placed and very tasteful. You'll definitely pick up a couple of things and realize that just because somebody is different does not necessarily mean that they have to be someone that you don't like. We can learn a lot from the Addams Family, believe it or not, when it comes to this film. And don't forget to look for Snoop Dogg in this film. Apparently, he does have a role, but you probably would never guess that it is him. I will also say that the modern twists that they put on this film were not necessarily things that drove the film, but they definitely were done in good taste. There's an excellent running gag throughout this film that involves Lurch and a organ. You just have to see it to believe it, and I think you will actually enjoy what you see. But this is definitely a fun time at the theaters. If you just want to see something that's going to entertain you, make you laugh, and just give you a good time, The Addams Family is definitely one for you. It's a movie that I would gladly see again because I just enjoyed myself. Is it a movie that I want to own on DVD? I would say possibly if I could find it for a $5 or $6 discount price, but it's not necessarily something that I will buy on day one. I did have a good time, I highly recommend it, and I am going to give the Addams Family a 3 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss the Addams Family. And I'll see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.